Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Hey now. Hey now, I say, hey now, and I heard all, and hey now. Welcome to our number 3 of the Line Talk 99.5. Thank you for being here with us on this wonderful Monday. Yes, hope you're having a good Monday. If you're like me, you didn't want to work today, but hey, ain't nobody else gonna pay my bills, so I had to be here. All right. By the way,
pay my bills.
you okay?
Oh man, I didn't have my. Had a whole little bit thing going and I ruined it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Forget it. I'm turning.
More knee stuff, by the way. Chris says, just heard about the knee. I've had both of mine totally replaced. Best thing I've ever done. Let's see. This one says, this one is a posting on eBay, or I guess Facebook Marketplace. No, it's not a knee.
Okay.
It's a rare Tim Walz mask, realistic politician Halloween mask, not special effects. But man, does it look real? It's got glasses and everything with it.
Really? Show us.
Okay, check this out.
Because I might want to get that for the Halloween.
Look at that.
No, that's not a mask. Is that a mask?
Yeah.
He looks a little bit like the V for Vengeance guy, the way his smile is.
Yeah. He looks like a creepy school teacher that would have accusations against him.
Oddly enough.
Yeah. Christina says, yay for JB. Good news about his knee. I'd pinched a nerve in my right upper arm Thursday night through today. It's improved daily, but I was about to set me an appointment with Dr. Davis because Friday the pain was so bad. Thankfully, I'm on the mend. Man, we all got injuries and stuff. What did we do? We missed a podcast Thursday, but when we did one Tuesday, we all 3 had injuries.
I know it, man.
I don't remember what Tony did. Did he do something to his back? But you had the knee thing. I had burnt myself on the Blackstone.
I mean, you burn it good, man. It was like quick bubble.
Yeah, dude, it was nasty.
Yeah, well, and usually there's at least one of us that can lift the others up.
Yeah.
But there was nobody to lift us up. We were just stumbling along. But you know what? We did the best we could. And we were not going to miss it. Now, I missed it Thursday, and that's my fault. I'm sorry. But sometimes, the pain, I don't want to end up dead in a ditch.
Yeah.
Driving, and then it's...
Well, we're going to be back at it tomorrow.
Oh, are we? Are we?
We are excited.
Yeah.
We'll have some good stuff for you. I had just the past 2 episodes, I had gone with just viral stuff. We talked about the Sacco and Dalton stuff.
That was fun.
And then also before that, it was the Perez Hilton thing, which was so traumatic and disturbing. And apparently he's on the mend, I guess.
But I don't think he's ever going to completely be on the mend.
No, he's got to have surgeries. And even though it looked like a Hollywood, what do they call it? Humiliation ritual of sorts. People say that when you are septic or when you have sepsis, that it's possible to go into some sort of psychosis episode after being septic. Weeks later or something like that. And so that could have been it, too. He could have just snapped.
Scary.
And put it on TikTok. Anyway, real quick, Hayden Panettiere, is that how you pronounce her name? Panettiere. She is dead at 36 years old. Now, I didn't know anything about this chick, but, until I saw a post today, which was a podcast she did 3 months ago about being sexually abused by someone. It was something about, it was someone she trusted, took her out on a boat or a
Gosh.
yacht or something, and that person put her in bed with a naked man, a very famous man, she said, very well known individual, and that it traumatized her beyond belief,
So
obviously.
she was drugged and then woke up,
No, I don't know that
kind of
she was
forced.
drugged, but she was, yeah, she was kind of forced. And then, once she realized what was about to go down, she, I guess, fought the guy off and then went around and hid on the boat. But there was only so much she could do because they were out to sea at
Out to
that point.
sea.
She couldn't jump off the ship and try to swim back or whatever. And so I don't know what ultimately happened because I just saw a small clip, but uh, what a lot of people are pointing to is that there was a very famous man that was the individual in the bed. And it's like, who is that man? Now, and here she is dead at 36. Now, they're saying there's no foul play, that she had cardiac arrest and all of that kind of stuff, but you you still got to consider that something else happened, whether that be, I mean, I would imagine if it was suicide, they would have said something. But we see this with people of note, people of name that speak out about their abuse that was committed against them by very high profile people. They tend to get unalived in one form or another. I think about Virginia Goffrey or Virginia Gouffre, right? She even said, "I'm not suicidal," and then all of a sudden, she suicided after getting hit by a bus and putting her in the hospital for weeks on end, months on end. Which then leads me to another headline, which was Hugh Hefner. Back when Playboy's Hugh Hefner was alive, he had reported Jeffrey Epstein to the FBI after one of his playmates claimed she was raped and trafficked by Epstein.
Dang, what kind of power did that evil man have? Good
So,
grief.
with whatever you think about Hugh Hefner, a lot of people think he's a womanizer and he took advantage of women and he had 3 or 4 wives or whatever. Listen, at least he had some sort of moral compass to report Epstein to the FBI at one time. But like you say, in so many as it was with so many other instances, the FBI just swept it under the rug. And it was likely because Jeffrey Epstein was intertwined with the FBI, that he was maybe some sort of informant, or that he was working with Mossad, or whatever it was he was doing, or however he was connected to the FBI or to intelligence agencies. It kept him out of trouble for a very long time. Not to mention, he had all the money in the world and he was able to fight back against any of these accusations if they were brought to a court of law. But I thought that was interesting. It came, I saw it on News Nation. Oh, it was the Daily Mail. It says Audra Lynn Christensen, a 2003 playmate, was living with Hefner at the Playboy Mansion when she turned to him for help, claiming that she had been raped by Epstein and trafficked to his wealthy friends. She claims that in 2005, she asked Hefner to call the authorities on her behalf due to his celebrity status and connections, hoping that his clout would help her allegations to be taken more seriously. The allegations are detailed in an amended complaint filed in May in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida. The complaint says the FBI didn't meaningfully follow up for 15 years. 15 years. In the lawsuit, Epstein victims accused the FBI for failing to act after receiving multiple reports of his sex crimes starting in 1996. The article says Christensen, now 46 years old, claims that she didn't hear back from the FBI until October of 2020, 15 years after Hefner, who died in 2017, had called them about this very case. She reportedly told FBI agents that she'd been introduced to Epstein after her 2003 Playboy shoot was released. Epstein was found dead inside his cell in 2019, blah, 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 blah. So that's pretty interesting. And I guarantee you there will be more of that continue to come out. Stuff that we don't even know about. This person or that person reported Epstein, and nothing was done about it. Nothing. So, it's a sick world we live in. Then over in Hawaii, I think they're finally they're not out of the woods. They've got tremendous amount of damage. Thousands of people without power, hundreds of thousands of people without power, and at least one person dead, with homes being swept away as Hurricane Lala slammed into Hawaii's Big Island. Now, did you see any of the footage coming out of Hawaii?
No, I have not seen any of the footage. Been aware of the story, though.
It's pretty wild. Here, I'll show you a quick video for those of you on YouTube and for John Bird. This is Hawaii's Rainbow Falls. The top video is the picture of what the fall normally looks like, and the bottom is what it looks like now.
There is no fall.
It looks like a completely different area.
Oh my gosh.
And so you've got
That's terrifying.
All of that water rushing through. You've got bridges and structures that are under threat. You can see these videos here. That's another one of Rainbow Falls. But I know the Weather Channel. What's the one guy from the Weather Channel? What's his name? Jim Cantori.
Like oh my gosh.
He was out there.
The water is almost where it's leveled it out, where it's not even a waterfall anymore.
Yeah, you can't even see
it.
Oh
my gosh.
It's crazy. The reason this is even of note is because I was just thinking about how Hawaii, which my sister recently went to Hawaii. She's now in Costa Rica, by the way. She's all over the place. How small Hawaii is. And then it just sits out there in the middle of the ocean. Now, I'm not a meteorologist and I'm not an expert in hurricanes. But Hawaii doesn't have to deal with many hurricanes because you usually don't see them go off into that part of the ocean. But because it's so small, it is, it's a hurricane's got to be incredibly lucky to hit that exact spot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a big world out there. It's a big ocean. And for it to go directly towards Hawaii and get a direct hit on Hawaii, in particular, Hawaii's Big Island, it's like a 1 in a million shot. And so they're dealing with that. Crazy video footage coming out of that. Pretty wild. Go check that out if you want to. Now, let's get to some political stuff on the other side. 205-545-9950. Going to keep it rolling right after this. 205 545 9950 545 9950. Yeah. Sorry, I'm handling business over here. 205 545 9950. Since we were discussing people that are now looking for employment, such as that assistant principal, there are going to be, we got midterms tomorrow. I have to check and see which all states are midterming tomorrow, or primarying, should I say, tomorrow. There are going to be members of Congress that have seemingly been there for a little while, not like lifers, but have been there a few years, names that we have gotten used to, that are going to be exiting in January. They've either lost their primaries or they're resigning, or most of which actually have lost their primaries. We think of Thomas Massey. We think of who else is out? There have been several incumbents, some of which have been in there for decades, that are ousted. I'd have to get a list. I can't think off the top of my head. Nancy Mace is another one. By the way, Nancy Mace has launched a YouTube channel where she's doing like, I guess, sort of a news talk or news commentary show. And you've always had the hots for Nancy Mace, haven't you? Or is it somebody else I'm thinking of?
You think it's somebody else?
You don't think Nancy Mace is attractive? He's over here Googling. He doesn't remember what she looks like.
Oh, yes, she is quite fetching. Oh my. Ooh, she got some new tattoos? Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So I don't necessarily think these are new tattoos, but she, in her new YouTube video, has a sleeveless shirt on and has a ton of tattoos on her arms. And we've seen congressmen with tattoos before, but I don't know that we've seen a female congresswoman with this many tattoos. Are you okay over there, John?
Dude, she's got 2 sleeves.
Here's a photo for people watching YouTube of Nancy Mace's new tattoos. Look at that. That's pretty wild. Like, she's got a lot of tattoos.
She does.
And she, listen, Nancy Mace was always hit or miss, but one thing about her that I will say, she was passionate, and I believe that she believed in what she says she believed in. I'll give her credit on that front. But she's also squishy on some subjects. She
Squishy.
she showed a picture of herself naked one time at a hearing. I don't remember if she did that on purpose or not. It was something about, I think it was, look at John Bird. Your keyboard's smoking, buddy.
No, I was joking.
What are you typing so fast?
I just joking.
It was, I think it was a hearing about like revenge porn or something like that. And she was showing an instance of her ex taking a picture from their security cameras or something and
whoa,
sharing it where she was naked or half naked or something.
That's creepy.
She had also spoken out publicly about being the victim of rape, as well as difficulties in a relationship with her father, aka daddy issues. And until recently, she had largely kept the tattoos covered during public appearances. Her new show features Mace wearing sleeveless outfits that reveal much of her artwork, which includes the words justice, a lion, a large bird, and several other designs. So, there you go. Nancy Mace flexing those sleeves. All right, Deep South Construction Pros. Deep South Construction Pros. What do I always tell you? I tell you, get that basement waterproofing going on. Get that crawl space encapsulation going on. Maybe you got some irrigation problems, and by that I mean you got spots around the edges of your home where water puddles up. We haven't dealt with a lot of rain lately. Well, I guess we had some rain a week or so ago, but it seems like when it's rained, like it rains heavy, and so you're going to see that moisture creeping in up under your house, and then that causes mold and all these other issues that you don't want to have to deal with because it's going to make you and your family sick, man. You don't want that. Your job is to protect your family, and this is the way to do it. These are things that and they do a lot of stuff, by the way. I concentrate on that because that is a big thing that you need to get done. But if you've got other issues, there's a long list of things that Deep South Construction Pros does, including but not limited to foundation work, cracks in the brick, windows and doors not opening and shutting like they used to, all signs of foundation problems. Get with it, man. Reach out to these guys. Make sure you tell them we sent you, and they'll get you squared away, man. They'll get you hooked right on up. So call them at this number, 256-305-1854. It's 256-305-1854. Deep South Construction Pros.com. DeepSouthConstructionPros.com. By the way, John Bird, Monday Night Raw's coming to Birmingham September 7th.
What?
And I was looking at club seats.
Uh-huh.
And they're actually fairly affordable.
What's fairly affordable?
$85. That's not bad.
No, it's not. When you can
and they got
how expensive stuff is nowadays.
Well, and they've got tickets for like $50. They're dealing with an issue where they can't fill up stadiums. And so I think the prices are finally coming back down. Once the TKO took over the larger, investment company, the prices got ridiculous. And so people just stopped going. And not only that, but people have a ton of complaints about how the shows are laid out, the storylines, and the wrestling and everything. We're kind of in this era where everybody's bitching about what's being put on TV with wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think mixing all that in, that they've come down on the prices quite a bit. I even saw some floor seats that were only like $135, like on the floor. You're talking like maybe four or five rows from ringside.
Dang.
Which is pretty wild. So we may, I don't know. I pitched it to Trish. I've really been wanting to take her to one. She's never been to one. Of course, she never had any interest in watching wrestling ever until I had made her started making her watch it. And now she can tell you who all the wrestlers are. Even when their theme music hits, she knows who it is. It's pretty amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right now, maybe Mason will go with me.
And
we can dress up together.
Well, you've definitely got to do JoJo Cruz.
Okay, so my son will never respect me. I can do Uncle Slam.
Listen. If your son goes, do Uncle Slam. But if he doesn't want to go, then you do JoJo Cruz. But you don't have to put the sausage in your pants.
That's not the funniest part, though.
Well, you can put the sausage in your pants until we get to the gate, and then once you get inside, you may.
Yeah, because they may think, are you going to hit somebody with that?
We'll work all that out. I don't even know if we're going to go,
It sounds fun, though.
I got to ask my wife if that's in the budget or not. It's probably not, so, but I'll see if I can convince her to let me go. Let me buy some tickets. Right now, Donald Trump is there in the White House meeting the hero lifeguard. I don't know if y'all remember this story, but there was a kid that was drowning. Where was this? Was this out in California? I remember reading the story. It was from 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this young lifeguard goes out there. I think he's only like 16 and essentially saves this kid's life. And Trump said after seeing that video, he says, "Hey, I want to give this kid the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor." Is that the right medal I'm thinking of? And he may be doing that now. Let's dip into the White House and listen to a little bit of this.
Aaron Bonin, Santa Cruz lifeguard who assisted Ryder, and he became quite famous also. That was a good assist. He helped you a lot, right? Yes, he helped you a lot. Thank you very much. Great job. Fantastic. Alex Luskotoff, Chief of Law Enforcement and Emergency Service in Santa Cruz. Thank you. Great job you guys are doing.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Justin McHenry, Assistant Chief of Aquatics and Lifeguard Operations, Santa Cruz.
Thank you, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
Were you responsible for the training?
Yes, I help oversee and guide the training for our lifeguard program.
And for a lot of the lifeguards, right?
We train about 200 lifeguards a year.
Right.
Yep.
At that age, too.
Starting at 16.
Starting at 16. That's a lot. I read that that's a lot to do for a 16-year-old. That's not easy.
It's a huge responsibility. It requires a lot of...
That he did it so well, right?
It requires a lot of integrity and resilience, and I think this particular rescue that Ryder performed really exemplifies what we're looking for in a state park life.
And you couldn't let go for an instant. If you let go for one instant, it'd be very hard to find, right?
Oh, absolutely. In those conditions, losing a victim would be disastrous.
Yeah, really amazing. But you have no idea the respect. Joel, where's Joel? State Park Superintendent, lifeguard, Santa Cruz. Joel, thank you very much. That's dinner hour, right?
Correct.
Good job, Joel. And Mike McInerney, State Park Superintendent, Santa Cruz.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, we're honored to have all of you. And again, what you did was incredible, and everybody saw it. And you'd watch it over and over. I know when I first saw it, I said, "Roll that back. I want to see that again." Is that really happening? And both of you people have to be very proud. The whole group is proud. And your father is the happiest man in the world, you know that? Because I asked him a question. I said, "So if that didn't happen, your life would be ruined." And you said, it would be a whole different life, right?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
No question. It's incredible what Ryder did. I'm just beyond grateful to him and Aaron and the rest of the team, even the Good Samaritans that were there. I mean, it's just such a privilege to be sitting next to him today.
Yeah.
Be able to celebrate his birthday tomorrow.
And I'll bet you'll stay a little bit related to this group of people. Because you
Absolutely.
realize what a fantastic job they did.
We're a great
Probably, you know, it's interesting because they're saying that you have in that area so many different saves. You're saying that night you help somebody out. Maybe not to that extent, but you help somebody out. But maybe lifeguards don't get the credit they deserve. This really showed how important it is. And certain areas. So certain areas of the country, you could say, are just very susceptible to people getting in trouble, right? And was this one of the worst on the state, on that entire coast? I mean, do you have other areas? Because that looks like a very dangerous place, the way
Yeah.
those waves, on a beautiful day, right?
The characteristics on that.
All
given
right,
day
so
made it-
we'll just hop back in here because they're just going to kind of go back and forth. But you get the idea of, you know, what's going on there. If he gets to where he's actually talking to the lifeguard himself, that's kind of who I wanted to hear from. I wanted to hear this kid talk. But they're showing the images. Yeah, it was in Santa Cruz, California, showing the images of him going out there and saving the kid. And even once they get to shore, other patrons there created kind of a human chain to get them back, because even though they were close to shore, the waves were so intense. And for anybody that's been to the beach, you know how this works. The waves come in, and if those waves are super heavy, once they crash on the beach and they start coming back to the ocean, they pull you right back in. Whatever they call that. I guess is that the undercurrent that pulls you back in. And it can be incredibly difficult for even an experienced lifeguard to handle, much less a 16-year-old who is now sitting in front of the greatest president of all time. He is now taking questions from the press. Let's dip into that.
Them just for this, and then we can ask a couple later. Go ahead,
Thank you,
please.
Mr. President. So thank you for doing this, first
Good,
of all.
sure.
What do you hope young Americans in our country take away from this incredible young man's
That's a
story?
great question. I mean, look, they're going to look up to Ryder. They're going to look up to Nathaniel, the way Nathaniel handled it. He was cool considering the problems I was watching. You were very cool, and they're going to gain respect. I think, very importantly, they're going to gain respect for what these people do, having to do with lifeguards and having to do with safety. This was an unbelievable experience. Anybody watching, it's not my world, but I respect that world. I always had, but never maybe so much as I do now. So I think you bring, to your profession, to what you do and what you do so well, you brought tremendous grace and experience, and really tremendous grace, tremendous a feeling that it's so amazing to see this happen, to see it before your eyes. And I don't think any other, I've seen surfs, I've seen rescues before. I've never seen anything quite like this. It's been a great thing for your profession, and people are going to respect it even more, respect you even more. So I just thought it was really a very worthwhile event to have it at the Oval Office. So congratulations.
Mr. President, okay, so
I actually have a
if you don't
question.
mind, can I have a question for the young gentleman as
Go
well?
ahead, sure.
So first of all, a lot of people were very inspired by what you did. Can you tell us what was going through your mind at those dangerous moments, and what would you like to do in the future? How has this experience as a lifeguard shaped you?
In those dangerous moments that we have, we always try to fall back on our training. We are trained so well by many to handle that situation as best we can. So I really am just thinking about how to get the boy out of the water as fast as I can. And for shaping my future, I want to be a firefighter in the future. Hopefully go through paramedic school. And
You're off to a good start. We'll give them recommendations. They have some good recommendations. Go ahead.
that's all I have.
All right, so let's dip back in. Let me hit a break. We'll come back on the other side because I guess here in a moment the president's going to take questions from the press after he presents him the medal, and maybe we'll get some good stuff. You never know when it comes to DJT, or as we often spell it, GOAT. 205 545 9950 545 9950. That's right. That's right. Mandu, bringing you this part of the show, mandu.com. I had so much going on last week. I only got one Mandu session in, which is sad for me because when I go today, they're going to wear me out to make up for the lost time. And I'm going to be incredibly sore tomorrow. But that's okay because soreness is a good thing. That means it's working. Also, with all the chicken, I cooked like 16 eggs yesterday, John Bird, fried eggs. And I've got it down. Like when it comes to...
You didn't eat them all.
No. I'm trying to cook for the week.
Dude, man, that is awesome.
And I also have 4 New York strip that I got to cook. I don't know if I'm going to cook them tonight or cook them... Well, I guess I gotta cook them tonight because I ain't going to have time to do it tomorrow with the pod. But what I love about that Blackstone is it's so easy. It's so quick. I mean, I used to cook in the kitchen on cast iron or a regular pan or something, and it would take me forever to cook. But this Blackstone, it's just like boom, boom, bam, 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 pew, pew, and I'm done. And I've also got cooking the fried eggs. I've got that down to an art where the yolk is still runny, but the egg is completely cooked. And I take Dano's original seasoning and put it on the eggs. Oh, my Lord, it's so good. Now I put some hot sauce on it when I eat it. I'm hungry now. But protein. That's what I'm thinking when I do that. And I mix that in with my Mandu. And, dude, it is such a game changer. It will absolutely build your muscle, build your metabolism, which, by the way, your metabolism goes up and results in you burning fat by doing nothing. You can do nothing. If your metabolism gets up there, you can just sit on the couch and burn fat. Now, you don't want to do that. You want to implement some other things. Cardio is what I do. I just keep it simple. I do a treadmill, and I don't get on there and run. I just do a good, solid, fast-paced walk, maybe even a light jog for 30 minutes 3 times a week. If I can cram them in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'll do that and take the rest of the week off, or sometimes I got to spread them out. But I'm telling you right now, Mandu will change your life. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. You got a free session, absolutely free, right there on the website. All you got to do is click it and take it. And as we've talked a lot about school today, if you are an educator, a student, a faculty member, and you want to do Mandu, first of all, you've got your free session. Everybody does, whether you're 18 years old or 80 years old or male or female or whatever. If you decide you want to sign up for Mandu and you fall within that category, faculty, teachers, staff, students, you're going to get 15% off each and every month for as long as you do Mandu. If you sign up between now and the end of September, you will get 15% off every single month. That is big savings that you will have. So reach out. You can call them. All the numbers are on the website, or you can just go to the website and claim your free session. Whether you call or click, let them know Andrew Mclain sent you. The website is mandu.com, MANDUU.com, mandu.com, located in Homewood, Huntsville, and Tuscaloosa. Yeah, Mandu. And once we get John Bird's knee fixed, he's going to be back at Mandu.
I sure am.
He's going to be man-doing it. Man-doing it. All right, 545-9950 if you want to get in. Keeping an eye on the president. It looks like the feed we had is frozen. Oh, never mind. It's not frozen. Can we go back to it and see if he's taking normal questions? Let's see what we got.
Filibuster next time. and make DC a state. A while back, Senator Mclain had floated an idea.
It wouldn't be a state. It wouldn't be. I mean, if we're talking about us, we have, as you know, a very radically left person elected mayor, who I haven't met. I'm sure she's very nice, but very, very, very radical left. And we would have to federalize DC. You know, we've made DC great. When I got here, it was a very dangerous capital. I would have said to Ryder, don't come, it's too dangerous. Now I can say you can walk down the street, you can grab Nathaniel and all your friends, you can walk in, you're going to be very safe. But if you were here a year and a half ago, the numbers were horrible. The crime stats, the murders, the death, the drug dealing, everything was. We have one of the safest. We've taken it from one of the most unsafe cities in the country to as safe a city as there is. Amazing what's happened to Washington, and it's our capital. We have to have a safe capital. And we did it through a lot of different reasons, but we also put the National Guard here. But in addition to that, the cleanliness, the new grass, the graffiti's all gone. We fixed up 82 monuments, fountains, and other things. The places, and when you see it in 6 months from now, it's going to be even beyond that. We're proud of our capital. I think these things are important. Whether you build, whether you do something to fix the White House, where, you know, now they've never had a real estate developer, a good one, a real good one here before. They might not ever have one again. But, you know, fixing up our great capital is a very important thing. I think it's very important psychologically. It's very important from the standpoint of people being able to come to the country and not get murdered in the capital. People would come here. We had one of the worst, one of the most unsafe cities in the country. Now we have one of the safest. Just to finish, we had a real problem with restaurants. Nobody wanted to have restaurants, entrepreneurs, restaurant entrepreneurs. Now
all right, let me dip out. We got coming up, it is more of the line right after this. You're listening to Talk 99.5 WZRR Birmingham. Hour number 4. Well, the back timer's running a little longer, so now I need to stall, don't I, John Bird? No, let me stall. I got this. I'm a radio professional. So what y'all doing? What you want to talk about? By the way, Corey, I see your text message. He said, this is going to be John Bird tomorrow after eating the rotten chicken. And it's a picture of Godzilla, who, by the way, has got a lot of junk in the trunk, some big old ass cheeks, and he's got a laser beam coming straight out of his bunghole.
Yeah, I guess it blew off his tail.
I don't think the chicken's rotten, but you're just teetering on danger.